Let's begin with some breaking news coming in. The United States has condemned the act of violence against the Indian Consulate in San Francisco, assuring safety. Jake Sullivan taking to Twitter to say, "We condemn the acts of violence against the Indian Consulate in San Francisco. We are committed to the safety and security of these facilities and the diplomats who work with them." The State Department is in touch with local law enforcement on the next steps in this matter. So the United States strongly condemning the attack on the Indian Consulate in San Francisco by a group of Khalistani leaders, terming it absolutely unacceptable. My colleague Deepak joining us with the details of the US statement that has come in. Deepak, we saw the concerted effort of the pro-Khalistan groups emerging in several parts of the world. Now the US, in strong words, has condemned this attack.
Right, Pratibha, and the White House has also taken cognizance of this attack and has assured action. And earlier we saw how John Kirby also raised his voice against such attacks. And now we have the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan also penning a tweet saying that they would take action. If I could read out the tweet. In his tweet, he has said that we condemn the acts of violence against the Indian Consulate in San Francisco. We are committed to the safety and securities of these facilities and the diplomats who work within them. The State Department is in touch with the local law enforcement on the next steps in this matter. This clearly shows how the US has taken cognizance of the attack and has assured action against those who have perpetrated this crime against the Indian Consulate.
All right, Deepak, thank you for joining us with those details. So pro-Khalistan slogans had been raised, and they also broke open the makeshift security barriers that had been put in place. So the police officials are also looking at who are the people who are involved in this. In fact, in the statement, NSA Jake Sullivan also saying the State Department is in touch with local law enforcement on the next steps in this matter. A group of angry protesters had entered the consulate premises and started hitting the door and windows with iron rods. The vandalism has been described as something unprecedented, and the US has said it is absolutely unacceptable. The State Department also issued a statement indicating that those behind the act would be held accountable. As of now, in the case, there has not been any arrest. In fact, in a separate statement, the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum also strongly condemned the attack on the Indian mission in San Francisco. In its statement, it said that the United States and India are vibrant democracy and understand the right to assemble peacefully and protest is sacrosanct, but violence and vandalism will not be condoned or tolerated. My colleague Rishabh also joining us with the details. Rishabh, so the attacks that took place in the UK, in the US, and various places, such attacks being reported, India has lodged a strong protest. The question now being on what is the action that will be taken. Jake Sullivan saying the State Department is in touch with the local law enforcement agencies on the next step.
Definitely, if you see the State Department in United States or the Interior Ministry, the Home Ministry in United Kingdom, or both the ministries have come into action, and both the ministries are ensuring that they have accurate intel about what happened and how it happened and who were the perpetrators. India, meanwhile, has launched strong protests both with United States and United Kingdom. We saw that on Sunday night around 10:30 p.m. United Kingdom's Deputy High Commissioner, who was the senior-most diplomat here in New Delhi, Christina Scott, was summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs and handed over a strong protest and were asked that, for an explanation. Similarly, yesterday, since there is no ambassador right now in India, Grassi, the new ambassador of US to India, has not taken over his charge. So the Deputy Chief of Mission was summoned by the Indian Ministry of External Affairs at around 8:30 p.m. and handed over a strong protest and asked for an explanation. So India ensuring that wherever there is an anti-India activity, the counterparts, the government in question needs to be sent a proper protest and ask for an explanation. Given the immediate and strong action by India diplomatically has left no option but for to act for the domestic governments where the anti-India activities are taking place, be it United States, where in San Francisco our Indian Consulate General attacked and Indian flag was decreted. Apart from that, in UK, we have seen how the Khalistani supporters had brought down the tricolor and tried to put up the Khalistani flag on our Indian High Commission in London. So in both the cases, the government has sent a strong message and have asked the local governments to act